The next 5 years for 3D artists are either going to be a game changer or game over. If you think AI is limited to just images and text, you're wrong. 3D is the next big target, and this shift is happening so fast that most people don't even realize it yet. Over the past 2 to 3 years, we've watched AI learn to turn text into images. Then, it learned to turn images into video. And now it's 3D's turn. You type a simple text prompt, and within seconds, a complete 3D model, textured, detailed, and almost ready to use, appears in front of you. Work that used to take an experienced 3D artist days or weeks is now happening in minutes. At this point, people tend to react in 2 ways. Some say this is the end of the 3D industry, and others say it's just another tool. The truth lies somewhere in between. Let's first talk about what's actually going to change. Number 1, speed to prototype. Earlier, a game studio or a product designer would take weeks to go from an idea to a usable 3D prototype. Concept art first, then modeling, then texturing, then rigging. Now that entire cycle can shrink down to just hours. That means companies that used to test 2 or 3 products a year will now be able to test 20 or 30 ideas. Number 2, the entry barrier will drop. Until now, learning 3D meant learning an entire world of software, whether it's Blender, Maya, or ZBrush. It used to take months, even years, of practice just to get comfortable with the basics. Now, someone who doesn't even know the ABCs of these tools can turn the idea in their head into a 3D shape within minutes. This means creativity will no longer be limited to only technically skilled people. Number 3, and this is the most important one, the role of artists will shift completely. The work will move away from modeling from scratch toward curating, refining, and directing AI output. In other words, the artist won't be building every single polygon by hand anymore. Instead, they'll be deciding what the AI should create, how it should look, and how to give it that final polish. Now the question is, does this mean humans won't be needed at all? No. And it's important to understand why. AI still doesn't understand context the way a human does. If you're designing an environment for a game, a good-looking 3D model alone isn't enough. It needs to fit the game's story, its mood, its physics, and its overall art direction. That understanding, that taste, still belongs to humans. AI can give you the raw material, but making it meaningful is still a human job. This is exactly why a new role is emerging fast in the industry, something like an AI creative director or 3D prompt artist. These are people who know what a good 3D asset should look like, even if they don't build every detail by hand themselves. They know how to give the AI the right direction, how to spot bad output, and how to polish raw generations into a final product. If we look at history, this pattern isn't new. When the camera was invented, painting didn't die, but its role changed. When digital photography became easy, the demand for photography didn't drop. In fact, the value of good photographers went up even more because the competition shifted from who can operate a camera to who has the better eye. The exact same thing is about to happen in 3D. So practically speaking, what does this mean if you're building a career in 3D? Or want to? First, don't stop learning tools, but don't make them your identity. Software will keep changing. New tools will keep showing up. What won't change is your visual sense, your storytelling, and your ability to judge what looks good and why. Second, learn to understand AI-generated output, its limitations, where it goes wrong, whether in topology, proportions, or lighting. People who can spot these gaps and fix them will always stay valuable. Third, take advantage of the speed. You can now test 10 different versions in the same time it used to take to build just one. That means more experimentation, more iteration, and ultimately a better final product. So overall, the world of 3D isn't ending, it's transforming. People who stick to just technical execution might have a tough road ahead, but those who have creative vision, taste, and know how to use AI as a collaborator, this is the most powerful time to be working. that there has ever been.